I don't even know how to start this. Like, back it up a little. Is it centered? I don't even know how to start one of these things. Maybe I should get this. February movie watching recap. This month, I actually watched a lot more movies than I expected, which is obviously a good thing. I watched 5 movies for the very first time and rewatched 7 movies, adding up to a grand total of 12 movies watched for the month of February. And considering February only has 28 days, I watched 1 movie every 2.3 days. Let's recap what I watched. So The Long Walk actually released last year in September, and I was actually going to plan to see it with my friends, but for some reason we just didn't. And thank God I didn't, because that would have been a waste of $20. Because this movie is literally just an hour and 48 minutes of 50 boys walking in a straight line, and if they slow down, they die. I won't lie, it was fun for maybe the first 5 to 10 minutes, but then nothing new happened and it just got tedious to watch. To be completely honest, I don't even know why I watched this movie in the first place, considering this story did not sound like anything that would interest me at all. The story of the movie just felt so unnecessary and boring to watch, and yes, I know it's based on a Stephen King book, but not all books need to be adapted into movies. 2 out of 5 stars. Alright, so back when this was released, I originally watched it in the movie theaters with my dad. But I wasn't really interested in movies back then, so I wasn't the most locked in. And after rewatching, this movie is amazing. You cannot point out a single flaw with this movie. The acting, the score, the story, the characters, the casting are all perfect. Not to mention the cinematography. Every single frame in this movie is a borderline perfect shot and could be the poster to the movie, and I wouldn't care. Dune Part 2 has actually inspired me to read the book Dune, which I have right here, in order to prepare for Dune Part 3 releasing in December. But I still do have one question. How do they get off those worms? 4.5 out of 5 stars. Reading the synopsis of Begonia really made me excited to watch it. 2 conspiracy-obsessed men who kidnapped a high-power CEO convinced she is an alien plotting to destroy Earth. This sounds like something that I would love, but it was just kind of meh. Like, I did enjoy the first 25% of the movie, but after that, it just got kind of boring to watch. A lot of the scenes happen in a dark basement, and not a lot of memorable things happen outside of the first quarter of the movie. And then the ending, it just completely lost me. It just seemed kind of like a lazy ending to me and left me with a lot of questions, such as, if Michelle was an alien this whole time, how did she become a CEO? How did she get this nice ass house? Are you telling me that she's lived out her whole life as an alien with the sole purpose of destroying the human race? I get how some people may like this movie, but it just wasn't for me. However, I will admit that Emma Stone was pretty great in this movie. 3 out of 5 stars. I watched this movie in my music class because we had a substitute teacher that day. And to be honest, this movie wasn't as funny as I remembered. I watched it for the first time a few years ago, and I remember it being really funny, but for some reason this time it just didn't hit as hard. It's certainly a fun and sweet movie to watch with your friends or family, but I do believe that it is a bit overhyped as far as comedy movies go. It's still a solid movie with a strong message. 3 out of 5 stars. They really gotta shorten these titles, man. Like Dune Part 2, I first watched this when it released in theaters with my dad, and while watching it for the very first time, I just found it kind of forgettable and unnecessary. I mean, War for the Planet of the Apes was a solid ending to an amazing trilogy. Why make another? Well, because Hollywood needs more money, that's why. But yeah, rewatching it now, still felt unnecessary, still felt forgettable. I just can't find myself caring about Noah the same way that I cared about Caesar, Rocket, or Koba. I mean, obviously I'm gonna watch the rest of the trilogy, but I just feel like this is such an unnecessary story to be told. I would much rather have the money they're gonna be spending on making this trilogy be instead put into making an original movie rather than just expanding off of stories that did good in the box office. Again, 3 out of 5 stars. I watched this movie when it first came out a few years ago, and rewatching it now, it still remains a great movie. The movie is not in English, so I did find it a bit difficult to develop a connection with the characters. However, I did still find them relatable, as most of them are around my age, if not only a few years older. Not to mention the score in this movie. The main theme to this movie is only 3 notes, yet it is so recognizable and so terrifying. I literally feel chills every time it's played. It's a very interesting film to watch, but unfortunately I've seen too many critically acclaimed war movies that this just doesn't do anything new for me. It's still a solid movie, definitely, but there are just too many good war movies to make this one stand out. 4 out of 5 stars. Ratatouille. There's not much to say about this movie. Throughout my childhood, I've probably watched Ratatouille probably 20 times, and I still continue to watch and love this movie to this day. It's definitely in my top 3 as far as Pixar movies go. 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, this is where it gets a little controversial. I do not understand the hype around this movie. It has a 4.1 out of 5 star rating on Letterboxd and is regarded as a classic as far as 20th century comedy movies go. But after watching this, I was so disappointed. The story of this movie just feels so stupid to me, and if the story is gonna be stupid, at least make the movie funny, but that's the problem. It's not funny. I don't think I laughed once while watching this movie. It just kind of feels like old man humor to me. The only thing that I found redeeming about this movie was Steve Buscemi, and he was only in the movie for like 10 minutes. I mean, he didn't really put on any Oscar-winning performances. I just really like Steve Buscemi. 1.5 out of 5 stars. So I first watched this movie back in April of 2025, and I just found it kind of slow and boring, but I wanted to give it another shot. And while we were watching this movie, I did enjoy it slightly more. Let me just say one thing. The fact that Jake Gyllenhaal has never won an Oscar and has only been nominated for 1 Oscar just shows how rigged the Academy Awards are. Jake Gyllenhaal is incredible in this film. His character Lou Bloom is such a psychotic weirdo, and Jake plays it so well. However, after watching, I still found this movie kind of slow and not a very interesting story in my opinion, so 3.5 out of 5 stars. The Notebook. What a fake movie. It was fun to watch, but let's face it, The Notebook is so unrealistic. My biggest problem with this movie is the fact that cheating is so romanticized. I don't watch many romance movies, but cheating should not be normalized in movies. It kind of just took away from how much I liked Allie and Noah together when I realized how terrible of people they were. It was certainly an enjoyable and sweet film to watch, but the unrealistic parts of it just kind of took it away from me. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Again, another classic Pixar movie, but unfortunately, I didn't enjoy this as much as I remember. I watched this a few times growing up, and it's regarded as one of the best Pixar movies ever made, which I respectfully disagree with. As meaningful as this movie is, I just wasn't impressed with it as much as I was as a kid. It's certainly a good movie, I just don't love it as much as other people do. 3.5 out of 5 stars. Last movie of the month, Sicario. Now, hear me out before you come at me for my rating. When I was watching this, I was sick. I was tired, I was congested, I was throwing up everywhere. So, while watching it, I wasn't the most locked in, and it kind of made it difficult to follow the story and the character and their motives. I don't remember much of the movie, mainly because I felt like I was gonna pass out the whole time. I also do think I fell asleep during the last part of the movie, but I honestly just cannot remember. I will definitely rewatch this movie again in the future when I'm 100% healthy and I can actually lock in on the story. I'm pretty sure that it's a good movie. I don't know, I don't really remember much of it. Anyways, that's pretty much it. 12 movies over the span of 28 days. If I had to give an award for the best movie of the month that I watched in February, it would have to be Dune Part 2. Absolutely amazing film. I'm probably going to rewatch it sometime in the next 1 to 2 months, and then again right before Dune Part 3 releases. I just cannot get enough of the Dune movies. I'm going to try to watch less movies in March so I have more time to read The Odyssey, preparing for Christopher Nolan's adaptation releasing in July. So there's that. Subscribe for more videos and let me know if you have any video ideas in the comments, because I am very uncreative and I don't know what to make videos about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.